Hello, social media friends. I'm Viridiana Marquez with DRB Media Communications Digital News, and Danny Barrera has the story.
On Saturday evening, July 9th, residents of Odessa and Midland gathered to protest the decision to overturn Roe v. Wade by the Supreme Court. Some that attended the protest are concerned that couples will not be able to decide on the number of children in their families.
It's a woman's choice and a man's choice with her as to the size of their family. So everybody that thinks it just impacts women, well, they're just really wrong.
A majority of the people that attended the protest rally is a younger demographic that are concerned where their future is headed in regards to access to abortion. Speakers at the event encouraged those young people to register to vote.
Odessa has one of the lowest voter turnouts in the state of Texas. You have 2-3% of the voting population voting them into office. And so I think it's not enough. It's not enough to say, it's not fair to say that it's conservative. More of them vote. And it's non-voting that's putting local city council in place.
Justice! Abortion! 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 Justice!
Restricting women's access to safe and legal abortions will have negative health implications.
I did have a miscarriage a few years ago. I've had several miscarriages, but I had a miscarriage where my body did not abort the fetus itself, and I had to have a D&C procedure, and I was by myself in the hospital when it happened. And it was very scary. With the trigger laws in place, yes, mothers can go in for medical need and have an abortion, but it has to be determined if it's life or death. And at that point, I would have been bleeding out while someone else was determining if my life was worth saving over a fetus.
Planned Parenthood at one time was located in the south side of Odessa and provided a wide variety of health services to women.
Planned Parenthood they do breast screenings, healthcare screenings. They have services for people who can't afford basic healthcare, especially women who don't have that and need that. It's not just about abortion. If I couldn't go to my OB and get a sonogram because I couldn't afford the copay, I could go to Planned Parenthood to make sure my child was okay. It's not just abortion.
The legislation of abortion in the United States by the Supreme Court in 1973, bypassing the political process in a majority of states, became a controversy to religious and the new rights agenda.
I think on the left and on the side of folks who are pro-choice and who are advocating for abortion rights, we are listening to medical professionals, and we are saying that this has no basis in medical technology or medical research and science, but that knowledge is inconvenient with the narrative that we've had since the 1970s at the real peak of the anti-choice movement. Unfortunately, this is an emotional debate, and it shouldn't be. It should be grounded in so much more science, but when science is counter to the pro-life movement and when it's counter to this anti-choice movement, it's easy to ignore. And I think we should take a step back and listen to more providers who are concerned about high-risk pregnancies, concerned about people who have really serious and really valid reasons to not want to have children for their own safety and safety of their bodies and of their families. And if we took a step back and listened to the science, we'd know that at a minimum there need to be exceptions to this ban, and there need to be exceptions in Texas and in so many other states where we're just not allowing for any wiggle room when it comes to choice.
The Supreme Court decision to overturn Roe v. Wade, other rights of privacy, including gay sex, same-sex marriage, interracial marriage, and contraception, are now under question.
I believe that it's completely counterintuitive to prevent easy access to contraception. I think that they went ahead and went after abortion because it was easy, but so much has happened because of that. You're not going to stop people from having sex. All you can stop people from having is like safe, informed, necessary sex, you know? Over time, the power distance in the society has grown larger and larger, and now everyday Americans, especially the young adults, don't believe that their vote matters. But that's not the case. It's not true, and everyone has a voice, and every voice is important. We need everyone to vote.
Approximately 130 people attended the pro-choice rally and protest march that began at 7th and North Grant to Odessa City Hall. For DRB Media Communications Digital News, Danny Barrera.
Thank you for following us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and also at DRB Media Communications Digital News.tv And for DRB Media Communications Digital News, Viridiana Marquez.